A very good evening to everyone. I'm Dr. Manish Mahajan, your host for today's Indian Academy of Neurology talk show with Legends of Neurology. It gives me immense pleasure and pride on behalf of Indian Academy of Neurology to introduce today's legend, Professor Madhuri Behari ma'am, who is currently engaged with the Fortis Flight Lieutenant Rajan Dhal Hospital, Vasant, Kunj, Delhi, as Professor and Director of Department of Neurology. Delhi has been her Janmbhumi and Karambhumi, and Madam completed her MBBS in 1973 and MD Medicine in 1977 from Lady Hardinge Medical College, Delhi University, and then move on to complete her DM Neurology from All India Institute of Medical Education, Medical Sciences in 1980. So she is a truly multifaceted gem, and let's look at some of her less known facts and facets through this wonderful platform. And before that, I would like to just briefly show you one of her greatest picks I have chosen from the repertoire which I had, and this depicts what a gem she is. She has been a former professor and head of the Department of Neurology at All India Institute, and she has been a past president and Indian Academy of Neurology. So welcome, ma'am, this evening.
Thank you.
So to begin this journey, I would like to listen and to know about your journey through the Lady Hardinge Medical College till the Department of Neurology at All India Institute.
Yeah, joining medical school was not easy for me. Though I got admission easily, my parents wanted me to do pure sciences like physics or biology because I got good marks in that. And also I got a science talent scholarship, which ensures that all your fees will be taken care of and you can pursue your studies. And so my father wanted me to do BSc physics because I got very good marks in that, or biology, which was also very good subject for me. But then I insisted, I said, no, I want to become a doctor. And I insisted and insisted. And so my parents relented and allowed me to do MBBS. Before that, we had to do pre-medical. Like these days, you don't have to do pre-medical. After 11th class, we had to do 1 year of pre-medical. And then I did my MBBS in Lady Hardinge Medical College. So from there, my medical schooling started and we did our 4.5 years plus 1 year of medical MBBS, after which I did my house job. And in house job, we had to choose 2 subjects of our choice. And my mother wanted me to do gynec and ops because I being a girl and from being a medical college which was so reputed for gynae and ops, she wanted me to do gynae and ops.
But anything in particular, ma'am, which made you think about neurology? And if I could just show you a few pictures of the people who might have made some difference in your life regarding anything have influenced your.
After my MD, I happened to be didn't have a job, so I joined AIIMS as a research scholar. And my mentors as a research scholar was Professor Baldev Singh, Professor P.N. Tandon, and Dr. Vimla Virmani. All these 3 people loved me like anything, and I had very close association with all the 3 of them. Still have with Professor Tandon, who's still alive, but unfortunately, we have lost Dr. Vimla Virmani and Dr. Baldev Singh. I was very close to him as well. He was the one who taught me EEG because in MD classes, we don't learn EEG. He taught me EEG also right in the beginning.
Okay. So, ma'am, any fond memories from your graduation days, your post-graduation, and maybe your training time at All India Institute? Anything you would like to share? Anything from the extracurricular part that you remember?
After my MD medicine, I was in a dilemma to choose either DM cardiology or DM neurology. So since I was working in neurology department, I developed a liking for it because it was so mathematical. You have to add one and say, yes, the lesion is here. And from the history, you know what is the cause of the disease. So I was very impressed, especially Dr. G.K. Huja, who was very, very good teacher. I got to get very close to him also. He was a very good teacher and that influenced me a lot. So when I got admission as a DM student in GB Pant Hospital, I was in a great dilemma whether to join cardiology or stay in neurology, where the job was that of a research associate. So what happened? I was going when I went home. I was so tense, and my parents would want me to do cardiology. And when I came to hospital, I was always wanted to do neurology, and was in such a great dilemma. I don't know. I was so much stressed. I can't tell you how much stressed I was. So then I decided I will go to ask Professor Baldev Singh what to do. So I went up to his office and I asked him, sir, this is the problem. What should I do? He said, बेटा चिंता मत कर, जो तुझे पसंद है वही कर. माँ बाप तो वही लाइक करेंगे जो तुमको पसंद है. That gave me a good boost. And so I went up and I went home and I told my dad, I want to do neurology. I don't want to do cardiology at all. He said, जिसमें तुम्हारी इच्छा है वही करो. I was so relieved. I can't tell you how much relieved I felt that day. It was
So
very great day for me.
it was much convenient than you thought of.
Yeah, I was so stressed, but it came out so easily. And getting advice from a person like Dr. Baldev Singh was so good for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, you have been recipient of so many awards like Commonwealth Medical Fellowship, Fellowship of International Federation of Clinical Electrophysiology. You have a award for innovation in science from Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, and you have more than 4 decades of experience in neurology. And you had a small this working time at even GB Pant Hospital, Delhi. So anything from the fond memories of GB Pant you
Yeah,
would like to?
I
Yeah.
can share. See, when I was in GP Pant, the head of the department of neurology was Dr. Janaki. I don't know, many of us don't know about her, but she was a very well-known person in the field of neurology. And so anybody would come from any corner of the country and would say, एक बार जानकी जी को दिखा ले, तब हमको शांति मिलेगी. And I wondered, will somebody ever talk about me like that? एक बार माधुरी जी को दिखा ले तो ठीक हो जाएंगे, तब सब चिंता ठीक हो जाएगी. And that was my aim, कि एक बार माधुरी को दिखा लेंगे तो हम ठीक हो जाएंगे. So I was always thinking like that. But I don't know whether I've been able to achieve that sort of a status or not. But
You have
my aim was to reach that level.
we also wish that because we have you as the mentors and many of our teachers are your students and you have been mentor to them. So but in your early part of your career, like your early days at All India Institute and your trainings abroad, can you just talk about who influenced you the most and any good memories from that time, like, and what made you come back to India? That's very important for us to know.
Right from the beginning, I never wanted to stay out of India. I always wanted to stay back in India. And I even did not do a USMLE examination. Those days, it was called as ECFMG, examination for foreign medical graduates. I never did that. I never wanted to go to any country out of India to settle there. I was very much inclined that I would always stay in India. I had a 1-year training in movement disorders at Queen Square in Institute of Neurology and Neurosurgery at Queen Square. And I was working with Dr. Marsden.
Okay.
And other people who were there was Brian Day and Dr. Rothwell. Rothwell was very much involved in the electrophysiology, from whom I learned a lot of electrophysiology as well. My colleagues at that time were Dr. Kailash Bhatia, Dr. this Mohit Bhatt, and French lady, Dr. Marie Vidahe, and another English doctor, Dr. Peter Bain. there was a group of us 4 people: Peter Bain, myself, Marie Vidaye, and John Atkin. We would have lunch together every day. We'll go to a shop there close to the Queen Square and have a sandwich together and come back and do our work. That was our daily routine.
So I'll show you some pics, and you can just share your memories from those pics. And
I also got to know, yeah. Oh, yes. This is Dr. Kailash Bhatia, and he was in India and Delhi, and he was, I was felicitating him at one of the meetings. And this is with
yeah,
Dr. Srinivas. He was giving me some gift after I delivered a talk in Chennai. Oh,
what about these, ma'am?
yeah, this was also a meeting in Chennai when Dr. Neil Quinn, his wife, and I was also there. And we had a very good movement disorders sort of workshop there. We saw patients and examined patients. It was a very nice meeting there. This one is a meeting in, I think, Madrid, where we all movement disorders people got together. Myself, Dr. Mohit Bhatt, and Dr. Rupam is also there, and others are this one is Dr. Charu Lata Sankra. And in this, in the
Sorry.
next picture there, I held several movement disorders workshops there.
Yeah.
In which this one, the one which you showed earlier, was held at Varanasi.
This one, ma'am.
Yeah, this is at Varanasi, and we have Dr. Mishra, Dr. E.K. Tan, and Dr. Robin Way. Robin and Tan and Dr. Mishra and myself right in the front with Dr. Deepika Joshi sitting next to me.
Right,
I was also education chair of Asian Oceanic section of movement disorders, and under that I did so many meetings of movement disorders and invited a lot of people from outside, and I held these meetings at Varanasi, Ludhiana, Kannur, in Delhi, Jaipur, and Vadodara, many of them. Delhi, I held, I think, 2 or 3 of them. This was at the annual function of Indian Academy of Neurology and the Association of Neurologists of America, in which I was the president of Indian Academy at that time with John Arley and our president, Dr. Abdul Kalam.
So, so we all know that about your interest and your expertise and your research and movement disorders, neuroinfections, and epilepsy and stem cells. You have published over. Yeah, please, ma'am. Please.
Yeah, I learned my botulinum toxin injection at Queen Square.
Okay.
So this was being held at every Friday in the afternoon from 2:30 onwards. So I learned it from Dr. Neil Quinn. So they told me how to do blepharospasm was the first thing that I did. And so I did injection in about six or seven patients. And the next time after 3 months, they came back and one of the ladies told to the nurse there, I want to get it done in a year. I want to get it done by the Indian doctor. I was so pleased that I continued. Yeah.
So, ma'am, we know that you introduced botulinum toxin to India, and you have been the founder president of Movement Disorder Society of India. So these have been 2 big gifts to, I would say, the neurology fora of India. And you have been the past president of Indian Academy of Neurology. But what I would be interested in that, what were the challenges you faced, and what were the being a president also, like what scope and what thoughts came to your mind, and you will give a message to us as young neurologists that how we can just contribute to Indian Academy of Neurology.
See, what I think is the Indian Academy of Neurology has to function like a organization which should organize all the neurologists in India, and they should help them. See, our country is huge, and we have large number of population, and the number of doctors is very low, and number of neurologists is even low. So we have to prepare people who can do grassroots neurology. So every student should be taught neurology right from MBBS. I remember when I was in MBBS, neurology was just 2 or 3 lectures, and we always thought neurology is something to be scared of and be afraid from. But as I learned neurology, I found it so easy and so much easier to understand and so much easier to deliver to patients also. In any medical field, being passionate about your work, being compassionate to your patients is very important. So if you are compassionate and passionate about your work, you can always achieve the highest. And if you have an aim, you must pursue it with all your energy and force. Don't leave it any stone unturned till you have achieved your goal. That's most important. And as a neurology, Indian Academy of Neurology must take up in its hand to train all the young people in neurological practice how to identify neurological diseases as a general practitioner, and so that they can be managed in easy ways, which can be done. There are certain things which can be done at periphery. Not everybody needs to come to tertiary or quaternary care centers. Many things can be done in primary care center. Those should be handled there only.
Very well said, ma'am. And I think Indian Academy is though already moving in that direction. And recently, a very good seminar was held with the API national chapter. So I think this brings me to your patient. You mentioned that yes, there is a huge role for training for the young physicians, general physicians, and definitely, and you have already contributed a lot to the patient education also. I came to know about that you have been instrumental in functioning of one of the very beautiful non-government organization, especially based for Parkinson's disease and related movement disorders, with the name of very fancy name, PRAN. So that was Parkinson's disease and related disorders awareness network. So
I don't call it
this is,
fancy,
yeah,
it is very catchy.
yeah, catchy. Yeah. So just for the viewers, I would like to just show you the glimpse of this what actually it means. The PRAN stands for Parkinsonism and Related Disorders Awareness Network. And so, ma'am, we would like to have your inputs on this particular organization, the work it did, and how did you come up with this idea, and talk about the people who were associated with you for this program.
Yeah, we started this in 1995, as far as I remember. And because we were finding that there are lots of people with Parkinson's and they have lots of questions. So what I thought is that we must talk to them and tell them what is Parkinson. Education means strength. If you know anything about your disease, you become strong, and it becomes easy for you to tackle it, the complications and the what may happen to you later. All those things are important. Why it happens. So then we got together, myself, Dr. Sumit Singh, and Dr. Vinay Goyal. Three of us got together and we thought we should make this society, association for people and non-governmental organization in which we hold annual meetings on the somewhere close to April 11th, or because it was falling on other days, and it's always easier for us to hold such meetings on a Sunday at AIIMS. So we decided we will hold it on the first Sunday of every April, because April is the month of Parkinson's disease. So we did that, and it was going very regularly till I was there, and I think they're still holding it.
Yeah, ma'am. And I think your legacy has been carried forward by Dr. Sumit Singh at our institute. So
Yeah.
we are celebrating it every April, and I think the similar type of educational event. Yeah, ma'am.
It's
Yeah,
a book
what?
I wrote for the general
Yeah.
public, and it is in Hindi as well as in English. And I have seen people carrying photocopies of it. One person takes it to his village, and another person who has Parkinson disease photocopies it, and they all uh, distribute among themselves and read about it. I have written it in a very simple language so that it is easy for everybody to understand.
Okay. So, ma'am, now coming to, I will be just flashing few photographs. Now you can just tell me about what all memories come back about these people
Yeah.
and any funny moments or maybe. So I'll just flash those photographs.
Yeah. Oh, I just wait for a moment. This lady
Hmm.
who's with me, she is my music teacher. I learned a class. I'm learning rather classical music from her, Indian Hindustani classical music. And I don't know whether everybody knows that I have suffered a stroke with left-sided hemiplegia.
Okay.
And what happened is that I was so devastated by it. And once Dr. Padma, who's the head of the department now, she called me to address a meeting soon after I had my stroke in the auditorium. And when I spoke, I heard her say, "Oh, prosody is not good. Her prosody has gone." So it hurt me very badly. Then I thought I must learn music so that my speech should become little better, if not almost normal. So I learned music from her. And when I go back to her and ask her what happened, how was I singing earlier, earlier she used to say बहुत अच्छा गा रहे बहुत, but now she says yes बहुत बेकार था उस वक्त तो अभी तो ठीक है.
Okay.
And this is a group of friends. We are at a lunch party with my friends. I'm in that pink dress,
Yeah.
second from left, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am.
Oh yes, this is my the one on the left is with my ex students. All of them, Dr. Sharad Johari, Dr. Mamta, Dr. Gorthi,
Yeah,
and
ma'am.
Vinay and Dr. Kumar Velu.
I've been told that you are very fond of traveling. So, what all places have you visited? So, I think it's a long list. But what places you comes to your mind? Which places you I think you like the most?
See, we always talk when we talk of places of visit. We always
Yeah.
talk out of the country. I have visited almost all countries in Europe, but I have not visited Sri Lanka. I have not visited Tibet in
Okay.
Asia. Mostly, I visited all the countries.
And which you like the most?
I like the best was most beautiful was Hungary. The
Okay.
people, though they don't know the language, they are very nice people. They will hold your hand and take you where you want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's safer to ask about outside India. Otherwise, it will be
Oh,
politically
yes,
incorrect.
I have done that in England also. You won't believe when I went first time I was in England, I was there, almost had been there for about a week, and I was roaming in Oxford Street. And then I
Okay.
didn't know which direction to go to reach my hostel. So I just asked one gentleman, uh, which way should I move to go to uh, this London house was the place I was staying. So he went back to his car, took out the map and showed me, you go this way, this way, this way. That was very sweet of him. Still remember. There's also one more episode that I must tell here. That also happened in London. I was there. I was walking. Boy rather, came to me and said, "How long will it take for me to reach Euston Station?" I said, "I don't know how far you walk, how fast you walk." So he said, he went away. He went away and then came back. Now you tell me. Such a funny thing. Yeah, now you've seen how I walk. So you tell me how long will it take? That was very funny.
Okay. Okay. So, ma'am, we'll just flash the photographs again, and we can just have your inputs about any sweet memories you
Yeah, this is
gather from.
a picnic with friends.
Okay. So,
Oh, yeah. One of the Pran meetings, we always used to call some dignitary or some illuminary people. And in this one, we see Shekhar Suman, the film actor, sitting with me, next to me rather, with a
Right.
patient near him. This was a meeting. The other picture on the right side is that of a lunch we are having together, Asha Kishore, myself, and Dr. Manveer Bhatia.
Yeah. So any fond memories from that All India Institute? Any jovial moment you remember during these events? Any something during the organization of the event or something?
I was very, very strict. I was supposed to be very strict in my as a teacher. I don't know whether you have talked to any of my students and they've told me about the stories.
I don't know. I'm I'm trying to look at the other aspects of the other
Okay.
facets.
So what
Yeah.
happened is that I used to say, "Acha ye padh ke nahi aayo? Okay, give me 10 rupees and put it in the poor students, poor patients box." So one or two times they did. They used to take out money from their purse and put it in the poor patient box. But then what happened? They got very clever. They said, "Ma'am, आज पर्स नहीं लाए हम." Such चालू लड़का लोग, I don't know what to. आज हम पर्स नहीं, and that became the routine. Every time they said, "आज हम पर्स नहीं लाए, अपना wallet नहीं लाए."
So I think the last photograph which I want to show from the this particular oh sorry. Yeah, these two
Oh,
photographs.
the one on the left is with Dr. Majaz, who also got training here, and I think
Yes.
you all know him. He's a very well-known stroke person. And this is the other one on the right is with Vinay, my close
Yeah.
associate, at one of
So
the Indian Academy meetings.
yeah. So your movement disorder legacy has been carried by a number of your students ahead, and we have recently hosted Indian Academy of Neurology has recently hosted Dr. Mazaz also. So we have I have some surprise for you that was shared by a few of your students and colleagues. So I hope that brings very good because you have headed the department for such a long time. So that was a great opportunity to train a lot of even teachers of today. So so I would be just flashing few one some of the photographs, and I think then you can just tell us that what is it's all about. So
Oh,
this is
this is my parents.
yes,
Yeah, you can see Dr. Mrs. Ahuja is standing just next to me, and Dr. Chanchal and Dr. Vinay together there, and other students of mine, Dr. Rohit Bhatia playing the guitar.
and I think you are singing along with him.
Yeah, I'm singing with them.
So anything if we can have right now, if you can just sing two lines for us.
ओ हमको मन की शक्ति देना, बस इतना ही आता
Mm, so so this is something, and I have been told that this was something which on the right lower corner of the slide, the photograph on the right lower corner is something which was a big surprise to you as well on the farewell party,
yeah,
because they acted out on what happens on your rounds during the your
yeah. They enacted a small skit as to what used to happen during my round days. And one of the girls, Dr. Bhavna, wore a sari. I said, Bhavna, why are you wearing a sari? She said, मैडम ऐसी मन किया. मैंने कहा क्या बात है. बाद में पता चला she was acting me, and and so many incidents they quoted there in the meeting.
yeah. So we have already the stalwarts of neurology along with you in this, and I was also told that this meeting was also had the who's who of neurology from all over the India and abroad. So, ma'am, we have a good video for you from Ireland.
Hi, Professor Behari. It's Victor Patterson here from Belfast. I just wanted to wish you, along with your colleagues at AIIMS and all your colleagues from around the world, all the very best in the next phase of your life. I greatly enjoyed working with you when we did the Lifeline Express clinics at Goralpur. So I wanted to leave you with just a short Irish blessing. So may the road always rise to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm on your face, and may the rain fall softly on your fields until the next time we meet. All the very best.
This is Peter, who joined from Ireland. He used to come to the Lifeline Express. This is a train which goes to remote areas of India, and Dr. Mamta is actually the spearhead of this train and this Lifeline Express. And I went two, three times with her on the train just to see some epilepsy patients and see how they uh, treat epilepsy in remote areas and what are the practices there. And Dr. Peter had also joined us at that time. And we had a good time with him. He is a lovely person, I can't tell you. Very, very lovely person.
So hope you liked our surprise. And
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
yeah, so I'll be just asking you quick questions. Whatever comes to your mind first, you just please. So what's your favorite cuisine?
Indian.
Okay. Favorite book?
Geeta.
Favorite Bollywood movie?
मैं इतनी शौकीन नहीं हूँ बॉलीवुड की.
Okay. Any
पर
Hollywood movie?
Eh?
Hollywood?
मैं
No,
किसी
movies. Favorite song and singer?
Well, लता मंगेशकर.
And song? Her song?
हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन करे दूसरों की जैसे पहले खुद को जय कहे, हमको मन की शक्ति देना. This one.
Thank you, ma'am. Your favorite author? Both from the like any textbook and maybe non-academic.
Okay. Ayn Rand is my favorite.
And favorite sport?
See, I'm not a sporty person.
Ma'am, I have been told that you have been defying aging, and because by learning new skills, you just mentioned that you started learning music at because
After 60.
I think old is not there in your dictionary.
But I started swimming when I was about 58.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
I think I deliberately, but I was told that you have started learning swimming at a very later stage.
Yeah,
so yeah, and I have already asked about your favorite travel destination. So your favorite pastime?
I like to paint.
Okay, so I think that so I have a few of your newer skills, and that I think you the way you flex your brain muscles. So that is something which is defying the aging. So I would like to highlight that and bring to everybody's.
Yeah, I have started doing. See, when I was about to retire, I wanted to know what will I do when I retire, because I didn't know I will be practicing or not. So I thought I have something to do. So then at that age, around 62, 63, I started learning with Tanjore painting.
Yes, so that's something which I wanted to show it to our viewers. So this is something which I'm started. So ma'am, you can just describe this art style.
Yeah, this is both are in Tanjore style, and we have Saraswati and Ganesh, and these were very easily done because there's not much work. But this painting is rather very exhausting. It is done in various steps. First, you have to get your board, something like that. This one.
Okay.
And you have to put a embossing done on it.
Okay.
And you have to put gold का पत्थर जैसे आता है, पतला पतला सा film on it.
Okay.
After that, you have to do painting with brush, watercolor,
Mhm.
and then you have to put stones on it.
Mhm.
These are semi-precious stones. You have to put stones at various places. It takes a
Okay.
long time, many years, many months.
And I think you have created a very huge gallery of these paintings. So this is for everyone to see, and I think this was something in making you have just created this art.
This Radha Krishna, yeah, this is beautiful. This was my first one. And
Okay.
it's a huge painting. It's very, very big. Yeah.
Okay. So this is another
This is
art.
the first I just saw a friend doing it. I thought this is so easy, I can do it. So I did some Madhubani painting.
Yes. So
I've done a
this
whole
is
series of Krishna Leela in that, from his birth
hmm,
to his becoming a Dwarkadhish and then giving Gita ka sermons.
yeah. So now I have deliberately put this uh, your creation at the end because as we are reaching towards the end of the program, so with Ma Saraswati's blessing, as like Saraswati blessing, we would like to listen from you. And as young neurologist, I would like to know and get some keynote message from you with so many years of experience in neurology and life experiences. Ma'am, please.
Yeah. So what I want to tell everybody that I followed that also, that if you have a idea, if you have a dream, follow it with full conviction till you achieve it. I wanted to become a doctor and I did that. I wanted to become a neurologist. I've done that. I wanted to do movement disorders. Then I did that. And don't lose heart because there will be obstacles. As you go up in the ladder, more obstacles will come. घर वाले तो अच्छे से मान जाते हैं, बाहर वाले जब आते हैं ना तब मुश्किल हो जाती है. तो you must stick to your thing. And there are other things which can occur in your life like health problems. Don't get upset by them. These will go. Just like night के बाद दिन आता है वैसे ही difficulty के बाद success आती है. So if you, it depends on how you tackle your difficulties. That is the way you will get your success. If you succumb to your difficulties, then you are nowhere. So when you get a difficulty, try and fight it out, and you will be able to be successful, and you will be the top. You will be the hero. People will say, "अरे इसने ये भी कर लिया, वो भी कर लिया." And my health challenge gave me good voice, and it also helped me sometimes sing when I'm alone.
Thanks for that wonderful message. And on behalf of Indian Academy of Neurology, I would like to thank you for your valuable time. It was an honor and a privilege to host this informal conversation with you and knowing your multifaceted persona in more detail. Truly an amazing and an inspirational life journey. And definitely universe has conspired because of your own deeds. I hope that this would trigger many like me to pursue their dreams with the same vigor as yours. Thank you, madam, once again. And thank you, Indian Academy of Neurology, organizing team, and Dr. Nirmal Surya sir for this wonderful concept and opportunity. Uh, I wish everyone a goodbye, good night.
I would
Thank
also
you,
like
ma'am.
to thank Indian Academy and Dr. Nirmal Surya and you, Dr. Mahajan, as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.